Hello everybody, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make butter croissants. The first thing I'm doing is adding a half a teaspoon of active dry yeast into 160 grams of warm water, and I'm just mixing that until it's nice and dissolved. Once mixed, I'm going to let it sit for 2 minutes, and I'm going to take a large bowl and add 330 grams of all-purpose white flour, next I'm going to add 30 grams of granulated sugar, and I'm going to add 5 grams of salt. Then I'm just going to mix that together. And once that's mixed, I'm going to add that yeast mixture into that. Then I'm going to take 200 grams of butter and measure out 20 grams. Then I soften it and I'm going to add that into the dough. Then I'm going to let it rise and cover it with plastic wrap. I'm going to let it rise for 1.5 to 2 hours until the dough doubles in size. Then I'm just putting the remaining butter in plastic wrap and putting that in the fridge until the dough is done rising. Once the dough is done rising, I am putting it onto a lightly floured surface and gently pressing out the air. Then I'm going to shape it into a log and cut it into 12 fairly equal pieces. Okay, I'm taking one piece of dough and putting the rest into a bowl. Okay, Okay, with that one piece of dough, I'm going to roll it out into a 6 by 10 inch rectangle. Then I'm going to take the butter that I put in the fridge a little bit ago, and I'm going to soften it, and I'm going to spread that over the first layer of dough. Then I'm going to roll out the rest of the dough pieces into that same size, and I'm going to repeat that process by putting dough, butter, and ending with just a regular piece of dough. Also, the rectangles don't have to be perfect because we're just going to roll it out later. Okay, once you're done, you can refrigerate it for at least an hour or overnight to cool down completely. Okay, once everything's nice and cooled down, you are going to put it onto a lightly floured surface and roll it into a larger rectangle, approximately 10 by 18 inches. Once you got that rolled out, you're going to make 3 even horizontal cuts using a pizza cutter to form 4 smaller rectangles. Then you're going to cut each rectangle in half diagonally to form 8 triangles. Then you're going to take each triangle and tightly roll it from the base into a crescent shape. You're going to tuck the end underneath and place the croissant with the tip side down onto a parchment-lined baking pan. I didn't have parchment paper, so I used tin foil and it worked out just fine. I do like to spray a little bit of Pam on there though to just make sure it doesn't stick. Then once they're nice and rolled up and put onto the baking sheet, I'm going to let them rise for 1.5 hours in room temperature. I like to cover it with a towel just to make sure they don't dry out. Then you're going to preheat your oven to 425 and apply an egg wash. I am just using 1 egg and that was more than enough. Of course, Oliver had to be part of this video. Once you're done applying the egg wash, you're going to bake them at 425 for 10 minutes, and then you're going to turn the temperature down to 375 and continue to bake them for 12 minutes or until they're golden brown. Once they're done baking, I am just putting them onto a wire rack and letting them cool for a little bit. So yeah, that's basically it. It took me like 2 days to finish it because I did put it in the fridge overnight, but it could take around like maybe 4 or 5. And there you go. I'm just eating mine with a little bit of butter. Here's a little clip of the crunch. This recipe makes 8 croissants, by the way. Sorry I haven't posted on here in a while, but if you did like the video, please like it, and have a great rest of your day. Bye!